Okay, so we already discussed the demand side of the market. Punta naman tayo dito sa supply naman. So when we say supply, as it is stated here, it is the total amount of a good or service that producers. So producers naman ang focus natin. Kanina sa demand, ang focus natin is sa consumers. This time, sa producers naman tayo or yung mga gumagawa ng mga agricultural commodities or ng mga products. So this is the total amount of goods or service that producers are willing and able to offer or willing and able na ibenta for sale at various prices over a specific period of time. So, willing and able to offer. When we say offer, ito yung pwedeng willing silang ibenta or i-produce at different or at various prices. So, kung merong law of demand, meron din tayong law of supply. Anong sabi sa law of supply? Simply, sabi sa law of supply, kung sa law of demand, the price and the quantity demanded are inverse, have an inverse relationship. Dito naman sa law of supply, merong direct relationship between the price and the quantity supplied. Ibig sabihin, pag tumaas yung price, tataas din yung quantity supplied. Pag bumaba yung price, bababa din yung quantity supplied. So, when we say quantity supplied, ito yung quantity ng produce na willing and able na ibenta ng mga producers natin. Okay. Of course, meron pa rin tayo ditong ceteris paribus na condition or with other things remain the same. So, disregarding the different factors that influences yung decision ng isang supplier or isang producers, whether on what quantity ang isusupply niya. Considering only the price as the only factor that influence their decision, tendency daw is pag tataas yung price, tataas din yung quantity supplied. Pag bababa yung price, bababa din yung quantity supplied. Okay, so we can present supply as a supply schedule and as a supply curve. Ibig sabihin, pwede natin ma-illustrate yung supply into a schedule and a curve. So when we say supply schedule, it's like a table. Ayan, table. So we have here two columns. The first column is the price and the second column is the quantity supply. So, makikita natin dito yung sinasabi sa law of supply that when the price increases, the quantity supplied also increases. So, nakikita nyo, from 0, naging 50, naging 100, 150, so on, so forth. And habang tumataas to, tumataas din yung quantity supplied. So, the supply schedule shows us this direct relationship between the price and the quantity supplied. Now, also, si supply, pwede natin din siyang i-illustrate using a supply curve. So, using a graph, I mean. So, we have here on the y-axis the price and on the x-axis the quantity supplied. So, makikita natin na habang tumataas yung price, dumadami din yung quantity supplied. Kaya, the supply curve looks like this. So, it is an upward sloping curve. Ayan, upward sloping curve. So, this is upward sloping curve. Pataas siya. Kasi nga, positive or direct yung relationship between the price and the quantity supplied. Now, the same as, wait lang. Now, the same as that of the quantity demanded on our previous video, meron din tayong tinatawag na change in quantity supplied. So, iba ang change in quantity supplied and the change in supply. So, when we say quantity supplied, it is just a movement along this curve. Ibig sabihin, pag nagbago yung price, magbabago din yung quantity supplied. For example, itong point A. At point A, the price is P1 and the quantity supplied is Q1. Pag nagbago yung price, naging P2. Ayan, tumaas yung price. Dahil tumaas yung price, nadami din yung quantity supplied. So, the only factor na makakapabago or makakapag-change ng quantity supplied is the price of the commodity. However, when we say change in supply naman, the same as that of the demand, a change in supply is a shift to the right of the supply curve and a shift to the left of the supply curve. A shift to the right means an increase in supply, while a shift to the left is a decrease in supply. Okay, so tandaan natin yan. Shift to the right, that's an increase. A shift to the left is decrease in supply. Okay. Now, if the only factor that can change the quantity supplied is the price, ito naman yung mga factors na makakapag-change sa supply or makakapag-shift ng supply to the right or to the left. So first one, we have technology. So sabi daw, if, let's say for example, this is the supply curve of, supply curve of a farm. Ibig sabihin, ito yung nasa supply ng farm. For example, or ito na lang. For example, ito yung nasa supply ng farm na mga vegetables. Usually, initially, ang ginagamit nilang farming method is manual method, manual. And then, nag-adopt sila ng technology. So, dahil nag-adopt sila ng technology na padali yung production nila and naging efficient yung production nila. Therefore, rarami yung supply sa farm. So, tendency, it will shift the supply curve to the right. Ayan siya. Mag-shift siya to the right. And then, we also have another factor, which is the resources price. So, for example, ito yung supply curve nyo, supply nyo sa farm ng inyong agricultural commodities. One of the resources in your farm ay inputs nyo like fertilizers, yung pesticides, and whatsoever. And kapag nag-increase yung price nun, let's say, nag-increase yung price ng mga resources mo, tendency, affected ang supply mo. Pwedeng konti na lang yung maproproduce nyo because nagsimahalan yung mga resources nyo. Dahil nagsimahalan yun, kukonti din yung magiging pondo mo for your production. Therefore, mag-shift to the left yung supply curve natin. Pero, let's say, naging naman silang, yung price naman ng ating mga, ng mga resources is nag-decrease, naging mura sila. Pwedeng mag-increase yung supply sa farm natin. Okay. Another factor is expectation. So, anong meaning natin by expectation? Ibig sabihin lang ito, for example, ito yung supply mo ng sugar today. Ngayon, nabalita sa TV or nabalita sa isang news na the price of sugar will increase next week. Mag-i-increase daw yung price ng sugar next week. What will happen to your supply of sugar today? Dahil mag-i-increase yung price next week, ako as a producer, mag-hoard ako. Ceteris paribus. Ibig sabihin, hindi ko muna ilalabas yung mga sugar, maghihintay ako next week to take advantage of the higher price of sugar next week. Therefore, the supply of sugar today will decrease. Bababa yung supply ng sugar natin today. We also have taxes and subsidies. Basically, pag tumaas yung tax, pwedeng bumaba yung supply mo. Pag bumaba yung tax, pwedeng tumaas yung supply mo or mag-increase yung supply mo. We also have subsidies. When we say subsidies, these are support from the government, whether financial support or or mga inputs na binibigay nila, ganyan. So, for example, nagbigay yung government ng subsidies. Nagbigay sila ng mga farm inputs, mga libreng pesticides, libreng fertilizers, libreng mga machineries, and it will impact your supply. So, tendency mag-i-increase yung supply mo. So, your supply curve will shift to the right. Ito siya. Okay. We also have the very obvious factor, which is number of sellers. Basically, sa isang community, kapag rumami yung number of sellers, dadami din yung supply of a certain commodity. For example, sa palengke, may mga vegetable vendors tayo. And then, nagkaroon ng napakaraming, may mga dumagdag na naging vendors. Therefore, dadami din yung supply ng gulay sa palengke. Ganun lang din siya. Okay, now we also have here the prices of other goods. Basically, sinasabi lang nito na kunwari, if you are a farmer, and let's say, itong box na to, ito yung lupa mo. Ayan. Half of your lupa, tinataniman mo ng talong. Half naman, tinataniman mo ng kamatis. What will happen to your supply of kamatis today? Kamatis, kapag tumaas yung presyo ng talong. Ano mangyayari sa supply ng kamatis kung tumaas yung presyo ng talong? Pag tumaas yung presyo ng talong, sina farmers, sina producers, magtatanim sila ng maraming talong. Okay? So, babawasan nila yung space ng kamatis nila para taniman nila ng talong. Tendency, ano mangyayari sa supply ng kamatis? Kukonti yung supply ng kamatis. Ayun. So, those are the different determinants of supply.